This video is for the Florida Social Security Administration and for any residents, especially those that drive, in the Northwest Florida Panhandle. If you're not from either of these, you can scroll on by or you can stay and watch. First, to the Florida Social Security Administration. You know how you can tell if someone is severely visually impaired, is applying for Social Security disability? You send them to a doctor. You send them to an ophthalmologist, okay, or an optometrist, all right? There's plenty of them to choose from around here, but you send the patient, the person applying for Social Security disability, you send them to a doctor so that they can verify that what they're claiming disability for is actually something that's happening. Had they sent me to an ophthalmologist or an optometrist, they would have seen how bad my vision is. Did the state of Florida send me to a doctor either time? When I first initially made the claim and again when I appealed the claim? No, they did not. They just relied on paperwork and medical records that were over 6 years old. 6 years ago, the vision in my dominant eye was just fine. Y'all stated that y'all were going to take into consideration that it had been 6 years since I had seen an ophthalmologist or an optometrist. Obviously, y'all didn't. So let it be known that if I am driving around, because I am still a valid license holder, okay, and I happen to get in an accident because of my vision and hurt somebody, that's on the state of Florida and their Social Security Administration. Now, to the residents and drivers of Northwest Florida, if you happen to see a 2013 Dodge Ram quad cab with the windows rolled down and I'm sitting in the driver's seat, understand that if you get in my way, I'm not going to be able to see you, okay? When I drive down the road, the street signs that I see, I can't read what's on those street signs. Couldn't tell you anything. It's just a bunch of white writing all over it. Stop signs, if they weren't big and red and at the end of I wouldn't be able to tell that they're there. If, God forbid, I get into an accident with one of you people, understand that you can sue the state of Florida for allowing me, a visually impaired person, to have a valid driver's license and drive the streets in Florida. The only way that I'm going to get disability is to get my license revoked. To do that, I have to go to the doctor. I have to go to an ophthalmologist or an optometrist and get declared legally blind. Because even though the state of Florida and the Social Security Administration is supposed to send you to a doctor, they haven't for me. Know that I am doing my best to keep everyone in my community as safe as possible. I follow all the road rules. I do the best with the one eye that I got left that works. And even it's not working real good lately. But understand that the only reason why I still have a valid license is because the state of Florida doesn't want to pay for Social Security disability for me. That's the reason why I have a valid driver's license still. Because the eye doctors here in the state of Florida and the state of Florida themselves think it's perfectly fine for someone with visual impairment such as mine to be able to drive around these streets. Yeah. Also understand too that if I get in an accident, I'm going to come out with a blind cane. Okay? I'm going to come out of the truck with a fucking blind cane. So don't be surprised when you see a woman coming out of a truck with a blind cane, and wonder why someone with a blind cane can drive a car. They live in the state of Florida. That's why. Anyway, may y'all ever be safe on the roads. May the odds ever be in your favor if I happen to be driving near you. I've actually had an optometrist tell me he would not want to ride in the car with me or be on the road anywhere near me. Of course, he also said that according to the state, you're perfectly fine to drive. Here's your license, ma'am. Dear God in heaven. But just so that the Social Security Administration knows, you can't tell if somebody's visually impaired simply by looking at a piece of paper that's over 6 years old. You have to send somebody to the doctor for that. And you've not done that twice. The state of Florida did not do its due diligence to protect not only myself, but the Florida residents around me. Feel free to give them a call.